Hey there. We've been having some chilly and rainy weather, at least where I live at. So I am dressed as comfortable as I possibly can be. And it's time. It's finally time that we look at the TMNT Part 2, The Secret of the Use 4-pack. But before we get to that, no, I'm not going to like shill a sponsor or something like that. I'm just going to quickly open up this package that I got today. From FedEx, and more specifically from Long Island City, New York. Uh, I don't want to give off the company name because I think you guys would be able to tell where it's from once I open it. And inside the box is another box. But inside that should be, inside, well, it's not a box, it's more like a bag, but still. Okay, bam. Whoa, what the heck? Yep, it's a package from Mesco Toys. Should I even open this? And what I ended up getting is this Victorian Vigilante accessories pack. It's a lot smaller than I thought it would be, to be honest with you. Especially given how big their 112 boxes are. Because I almost imagined it to be as big as like the Turtles accessories pack. And this is kind of a shock, really. But yeah, I got this accessories pack alongside another figure that the figure hasn't shipped out, and I don't know when it will ship out. So there's that. But I think I should leave the figure a secret, but based on what you guys see right here, you might have a good idea of what figure I actually got. I actually pre-ordered. Yeah, wow, it's gonna be close to 2 years already. Yeah, and a couple of, yeah, wow, that's surprising. In a couple of, what would it be, 2 years? 2021. Yeah, so it's gonna be a while already that I've pre-ordered that figure. But I guess I could go through some of the accessories, like some Victoria night vision goggles, a belt, looks like a hook or something. Obviously, like one of those sawed-off shotguns, and also like kind of like a pistol slash what's it called? Musket. I can't remember. Flintlock, a flintlock pistol. Like these old-timey grenades, and just like these bullet or grappling hook effects, and of course this lantern. So based off of those accessories, guys might have a good idea of who I actually pre-ordered. But yeah, that's it for this. Well, let's actually look at this real quick. I'm trying not to like ruin the Gomez sticker. And let's see. Wow, Stinkle. Well, I don't know what that is. Mezits. It says Mesco Mezits. I'll probably save the opening of these for another video though. Rumble City. Like Rumble City, the skulls. More of the tinkles or whatever the heck they are. So I guess it's just a bunch of like figures and small accessories. Dr. Midnight, I guess. I don't know. Ooh, that might be the figure I pre-ordered. No, it's not. I don't know. You guys would have to look elsewhere, another world, to be able to tell what figure I pre-ordered, But yeah, that does it for the Mesco portion of the review. Now we're gonna get to the nitty-gritty. We're gonna get to the actual main event. And here it is, the SoTo Secret of the Use 4-pack, and the packaging is very reminiscent, just like the one from the previous time, just like the part 1 it's very reminiscent of the VHS box, and this one same way. I found it weird that the VHS boxes, I guess, for the 4-packs and then the accessory packs are like so differently colored. And I'm not 100% sure, but I'm thinking that, and also like the Toka and Razar. The Toka and Razar are like a purple indigo color, and then this 4-pack box is like white. And obviously this is meant to be the VHS cover art, but then I was like thinking, what is the other one supposed to be? And I feel like they take inspiration from like the movie posters, and that's where they get that color scheme from. So I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine on that, but I think that's what it is. So it's the Secret of the Ooze Cowabunga. It's the new turtle figures, and I just like how it's actually like it's actually etched on here. It's not just printed on it. You could actually feel the letters. You can't feel the turtles, but you could feel the letters. And it's only up front and center. But here also you could also feel the Secret of the Ooze, and even the new turtle figures, like it's imprinted on. Then that's pretty cool. Look at the back, and I like how like the descriptions are like meant to be like movie reviews. Once again, NECA shows that when it comes to TMNT figures, nothing can top their cinematic offerings. Now, the Secret of the Ooze have never looked better with figures that are awesome, radical, bossa nova. Nick Wood of the Foosh. Go Ninja, go grab these turtles. They're gonna look nice, baby, in your collection. Toy shiz. Oh man, fuck. I read that so wrong because I didn't think they were quoting Vanilla fucking Ice, but yeah, those heroes in a hash are back in an all new movie adventure. Find out the secret of the ooze as the fearsome foursome go after the glowing canister that has slipped into the hands of the evil Shredder and his mutant allies, Razar and Toka. Aided by their new pal Kino, the turtles dive into action and pizza. Includes extra hands, swords, nunchuck size, bow stack, pizza box, pizza slices, combat cold cuts, TGRI canisters, forearm fire extinguisher, and foam bats. Yeah, and I can't stress it enough. This is excellent packaging. I would definitely keep it if I didn't have an extra one already. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this one because I've already made my mind. I'm going to open these figures up and I'm going to have them loose all the time. That's the reason I opened them up. I mean, that's the reason I bought two. And we're going to open it up. And here we are. We got more kind of pictures in the back right here. Are they repeats of the pictures? No, they're different pictures. That's pretty cool. So these are one set of photos right here, and this is another set of photos right here. That's pretty awesome. So where should we open it from? Even though I normally tend to open them from the bottom, just because it looks better, and it's a lot safer to open it that way, in my opinion. You're less likely to hit any like essential components. So we're gonna do it like that again, even though it really doesn't matter, you know, like now, since I'm gonna be opening it. I wonder if I could like sell this box off of eBay like some people do, you know. Maybe somebody has the 2-packs from like Walmart and they want the 4-pack box. Hey, I might be able to make a profit off of that way. I don't know. I just don't know what I'm gonna do with this box yet. So. There you go. Okay, and opening it up, and let's see. Usually they come. These NECA figures never fail to disappoint with a background. Bam! Oh man, look at them. Oof! Yeah. So good, so good. And yeah, this is sewer diorama, and that's pretty awesome right there. In case I'm not able to find a seller for the box, I'm definitely keeping the sewer diorama. So I don't know. Storage has become a luxury for me. As you could obviously tell whenever I pan to that side, or if you guys have seen other videos of mine. See, storage has become a luxury to me. But yeah. Anyways, let me center this. There we go. Okay. So anyways, here are the 4 turtles, and oh my god, they look really great. The paint job is amazing on these turtles. um, I would say they look better than the part 1. I know people, at least aesthetically, like the look of the part 1 turtles much more than the part 2 turtles, because they look less they look much more realistic and less cartoony. And I know that you know, I hear that in the background as well, but well, I can't do anything. Yeah, yeah, okay. Anyways, so we're gonna take a good look at Mike. Let's take a good look at Mike first. So I don't know, man. I just realized, as great as well as these are packaged, it's gonna be kind of a hassle to get them out without flipping them over. Let me see, maybe. There we go. Okay, yeah. So they do have the plastic kind of like linings on them. So yeah, let's take a good look at good old Michelangelo, Mike himself. Mike looks lifelike, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I think the back of the turtle shell looks a lot better on these figures than it did on the first edition. And I just think it was NECA just getting still used to like the sculpting of it, because I do like the turtle shells on this one much better, on these turtles much better than the other one. And yeah, they've improved, they've vastly improved in like the sculpting of these figures. And I'm trying to be careful as well. You always got to be careful with these NECA figures. They tend to stiffen up in the packaging. And yeah, I'm not trying to damage anything. And Mikey, let's see. So articulation wise, can't look up much. He could look down a bit. His head does turn, but I do feel like kind of like the face mask is like inhibiting his movement a bit. But you could always just finagle it around, you know. Rotation at the shoulders. His arm does come out slightly. Does come out. Not a perfect T-pose on Mike. But he does have his elbow pads do move around as well to be able to finagle it. And yeah, you do get some. It's double jointed. Yeah, it's double jointed. They feel really stiff. I'm not gonna lie, they feel really stiff. But excellent. Do they have butterfly? It feels like they have butterfly joints, because this part keeps moving forward when I move it, and it feels like they have like some sort of butterfly joint. Obviously, they do not have an ab crunch whatsoever. But so you have to figure no ab crunch, no waist rotation. So you have to figure out a way to like kind of move them around. But they'll find ways, you know. I mean, I guess they're going for movie accuracy. I'm pretty sure that's how the suits felt as well. No thigh cut. I guess it would ruin the sculpt of the figure. No boot or foot cut. But he does have. I want to say double joint. Yeah, it's double jointed. Even though it doesn't feel like it, it feels like it's single jointed. But what have you. But yeah, ankle rocker, and of course there is a hinge at the foot. But yeah, and you could do the splits pretty well. Those are ninja-esque splits right there. It's just, yeah, I want to say that like the biggest inhibiting part is right here, like obviously like the right here at the shoulders, right, and obviously the tummy shell. That's like the biggest inhibitor of their movement. Everything else bottom down is excellent. But yeah, and let's see, he came, his accessories, I feel like the arms are interchangeable amongst all the turtles, but if we want to be specific, his accessories are these thumbs up hands right here. These two thumbs up hands. And I want to say, you know what's the weird thing? I don't think Michelangelo uses the nunchucks in part 2 at all. I think it's that whole, they didn't want to show kids too much violence. So you'll notice that he doesn't use the nunchucks at all. He always figure out something else to use, to utilize, but not the nunchucks directly. Thankfully though, he just has them holstered on for like the whole movie. Thankfully though, he did come with the nunchucks here, and he also has his I guess they call them the cold cuts, the combat cold cuts. So they're right here. Yeah. And the nunchaku, are right here. And I don't know, they both kind of look like little pieces of Slim Jims to me, but yeah. But these are all Mikey's accessories. And they holster perfectly on him. Much more than nunchucks in that show. Let me see. Actually, let me try to see if the cold cuts actually fit the holsters as well. And they do. That's hilarious. They actually do. All right. But yeah. But Mikey as a figure, I'm gonna wait until I review all the figures to give them all grades. I'm trying to see if maybe there's slight differences amongst the. You could actually tilt a bit forward, but not enough. But I'm gonna, yeah, because more than likely they're all gonna have like the same articulation. Maybe one might have better articulation just due to the way that they were sculpted, But yeah, so I'm gonna hold on for now. Until we give them all ratings. More than likely, they're all gonna get the same rating though. So we looked at Mikey. Let's look at Leo now. Leonardo, the leader of the group. Once again. Like starting up the boat. Oh well. Damn. All right, let's look at Leonardo right now. And I don't know, I like this. He looks pretty damn good. I don't know, it's just the blue really pops on him, along with like the green shading that they used. And look at the texturing on like the sheaths, on the sword sheaths. That's pretty awesome. No, but it looks like Leo. Actually, funny enough, I think he could actually stretch his arms a bit more further than Mike. I think it's just. Oh wait, yeah, I guess you gotta like force it a bit, and they do eventually go up there. Okay, I guess I was just like scared of it breaking off, So, but yeah, it's serviceable. The stretching out of the arms is serviceable. I guess the only thing missing from these figs are like ab crunches, So, yeah. I mean, it's not the end of the world, But other than that, it looks like similar articulation. Can you actually look up? Because I don't know. It's so weird. No, he can't look up either or look down as much, but he does turn side to side. I guess it's all about finagling these figures, and using, I guess, whatever inhibits them, using that to your advantage. The two hands that are placed below him, which I assume are the hands that he came with, are these, let me see, are these kind of like open hands, like open palm hands. So, let's see. So, yeah, so I guess that's his. And now we're gonna get his weapons out, which are the swords. And I like it. I will say, I think the swords, don't quote me on this, but I think the swords from the part 1 had much more weathering and texturing like on the handles, and I don't think that's apparent here. So that might be a point towards the other box set, you know. But other than that, just look excellent. And yeah, I guess the story with these figures, it's all about finagling. It's all about like finding a way to place the accessories inside, you know. Let's see. It's all about finagling the figures and, like, you know, not being afraid, I guess, of damaging them, you know, because if you're afraid to damage them, you've already lost. Ooh, what the heck? Okay, so I don't know, maybe people are probably gonna see this as a negative, but definitely as soon as I placed, you guys got to be careful, because as soon as I placed these, like some of the green paint actually got like on the handle of the sword. I mean, it's not that it easily could be brushed off, but that is something to be careful about. There is paint rub in these figures and their accessories, so just be careful with that, you know. I mean, I don't know what type of paint they use. It looks excellent, but I'm pretty sure it's very sensitive as well. So yeah, you guys just got to be careful with that. So the paint does rub on these figures, so that's something to keep in mind. So there's Leo. Let's go with Donnie next. And I don't know, to me, Donnie has like the weirdest head sculpt out of all the figures here. And I'll tell you guys right now why. I'm trying to see what's the best course of action to take with Donnie. Okay. Alright, so Donatello. Yeah, like, I don't know. I just find this head sculpt really weird. But yeah. What the heck? Oh wow. So rather than have like, I guess he has like strings in the back where he could attach his bow staff. I don't know if that's movie accurate. I'm pretty sure that is movie accurate. I think the other figure actually just had like a plastic holster, so that is a nice change from like the part 1 figure. No, not dizzy at all. I mean, not loose at all. Sorry, dizzy. But yeah, I mean, similar articulation as all the other turtles as well. There's nothing different. There's nothing outright, you know. There's nothing different or notable with him, you know. But yeah. Let's look at his accessory. Oh well, let's look at his hands, which are what type of hands are they? Kind of like, I want to call them Spock hands. No, they're not Spock hands. They kind of look like Spock hands though, because like, look at how the fingers are like close together, you know, but it's not that. Let's see. Okay. All right, there you go. And actually, this one's like a open kind of hand, like a grabbing like a clutching hand, and this one is definitely like a open kind of about to grab something hand. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm pretty sure they're just meant to be interused between all 4 turtles, so it's not that big of a deal. Let's take a look at his bow staff. And yeah, no, definitely there's a big difference. I know for a fact the bow staff on the part 1 box set, or the part 1 set of figures, there's definitely like a lot more texturing to it. This one is a lot much more cleaner, you know. there's not as much like a washes or anything like that would make it seem like it's wood or grain. So there is a difference there. um, I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of a dark point, because I don't know, when I get these figures I'm looking for realism, and it doesn't seem like NECA wants to make them. I mean, yeah, I mean, part two, I guess, going back to that first effect, a lot of people prefer the part one designs over the part two designs because they just look a bit more realistic. Part two is when they started aiming towards a much more cartoony look, but I like that look. I think that look is much more definitive than the part one versions, and they kind of went overboard for part three, and they look just bad. They just look really bad. But figures wise, I don't know. They could have offered to do much more better effects on the accessories. I really do think they cheaped out on that. Maybe at the sacrifice of just doing much better details on the turtles themselves, because I do think these turtles blow the part one turtles out of the water easily, but I don't know at what cost or that's what I was afraid of as well. That's another negative point. Unless I could tie it somehow. Let me see if I could tie this. Okay, yeah, I guess you could tighten it up and it's not gonna fall off as easily. But still, that's asking a lot out of your consumer. Similar to the X-Men, similar to the X-Men Cyclops with the visor. I could correct the problem, but why do I have to correct the problem? Okay, and we got down to our last figure, Raphael. Let me see. And Raph. Bam. Okay, here we go. Raph, I don't know. To me, Raph head sculpt is just like it perfectly perfectly describes the character, so it matches. And I don't know, I think it's probably the best head sculpt. Actually, no, I think Mikey got him. I think Mikey got him with a much better head sculpt. There. Yeah, Leo's doesn't really fit in my opinion. He could have gone for a much more stern look. But Raph and Mikey and Donnie is just off. But yeah, yeah, the Raph head sculpt is great. Let's see. And I don't know, this guy feels much more limber than the other guys. But other than that, it's similar articulation all around. But I don't know, he was squeaking right now. But yeah, other than that, I want to say that there isn't that much difference between the turtles, other than like some feel. Actually, no, they're all starting to feel the same. Maybe they just took a while for them to get acclimated to the room, and now they're like much more. Oh, and now this came off. Now I gotta tie it up myself. Dang it. Now I gotta tie this up by myself. But it shouldn't be that difficult, right? Shouldn't be too difficult to tie up a bow staff thing. Oh, well, I'm gonna fall. All right. But anyways, let's look at Raph's accessories. So his hands are pointing hands, but very fitting again that Raph would get the pointing hands. You like the Hulk Hogan pointing hands, pointing finger. But yeah, so that's what he got. And his weapon is, of course, the signs. And yeah, they're great. They're great. I still can't shake that feeling though that the part one edition of figures just had much better painted weapons. But like I said, the part 2 figures just have better painting and sculpt on the figures themselves. So that's just something to keep in mind. Well, what did Raph store these? I guess he's gonna store them right here on his tummy. It's not a particularly safe place to store the size, I would say, but yeah. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, see, like paint just rubs. Just be careful whenever you guys like get them, or start putting them on, because the paint does rub, but it easily like rubs away. But still, that's just something to keep in mind. That's NECA doing what they do best, I guess. um, okay, so yeah, boom. And yeah, so let's, before I give you guys grades for the turtles, and then I had to go and try to fix this for Donnie. I guess that's why the knot is here. The knot is here so you can't just pull it out, because I could definitely see it be really difficult to like put it back in. But yeah, before we get to that, let's look at just the other random accessories that they come with. So they come with, let's see, what the heck? So there's this like random, there's like these random forearm part for the turtles. I don't know why that's there. That's weird, but that's what it came with. I don't know which figure would require a random forearm part, but there it is. And of course, there's also a fire extinguisher accessory, and the definitely often used TGRI canisters. This one obviously is filled with the ooze, and this one is emptied out with the ooze. The wiffle ball foam bat, there it is. And let's see, and different slices of pizza. Most of them are bitten up. I guess the turtles don't like eating the crusts. I don't know. The crusts are the best part of the pizza, in my opinion. And a full slice as well. And the full slice is dripping with cheese. It reminds me of that scene from like a Goofy movie when they're like eating the pizza. It looks so good. There's a hole in the back of this pizza, by the way, as well. All right, and finally, this pizza box, which it's cardboard, but it's really stuck in there. And it could actually open up. Wow, I actually like, oh man, I'm trying to see. There's like, that's pretty clever. There's like grease stains. I don't know if you guys could make it out, but there's like grease stains inside the pizza box. That's pretty awesome. That was very impressive. See, this is the little detailing, man. This is the little detailing that I wish NECA would have done with like their weapons, because I think if I'm gonna find something to complain about, it's that. It's like, I'm pretty sure the weapons were a lot better detailed on the part 1 VHS box set figures, you know. But still, yeah. So what would I grade the individual turtles? I guess the individual turtles graded on my scale, they all get a 9.5. They all get a 9.5. It's just, there's no way to work around that app crunch. I mean, it's limit. I guess the missing half point is due to the fact that, you know, I want to keep them like this. They're sculpted perfectly. They look like the actual turtles, and if that means it's at the cost of like a bicep cut, a bicep cut, or a thigh cut, you know, and of course the app crunch, so be it. You know, it's like, you know, See, they rotate right here at the forearm, but you know, it's like it doesn't break up the sculpting as much as it would if you would have had like this bicep cut right here. Even though I think it could have been done here, it could definitely not have been done here though. That would have definitely ruined the sculpt. But yeah, I mean, it's not their fault. I mean, the bicep cut is their fault, but other than that, it's not their fault that they just couldn't do an ab crunch, because an ab crunch on these turtle figures will totally break up, you know, the sculpting on it. And I get, and once again, the weapons, I don't know, I just feel like the weapons aren't done as well as they were in the previous iteration. But you know, at the sacrifice, I guess they could easily see that it was at the sacrifice of the sculpting of the figures themselves, and that's fine as well. But yeah, it just sucks. You know, it just sucks overall. Um, the hardest question I guess I could ask myself is, if I had to pick one, the Turtles in Disguise box set that I reviewed a few months back, or these turtles, knowing that I would have them loose and I would have to keep one, which one would I keep? I think I would keep the Turtles in Disguise. I think I still like that box set a bit more, um, overall, you know, and I don't know, it's just much more well done and much more well painted, and you know, and I think sculpting wise and articulation wise, they're head to head, but I don't know, it's just that Turtles in Disguise box that just gave you more bang for your buck, I guess, in comparison to this one. So yeah, so that does it for the review. Overall, the box set gets a 9.5 as well. 9.5s all around. That's it. I'll see you guys later, and Turtle Power.